I've got a great stack of books for my LCS today on July 22nd, New Comic Book Day. Now, I don't have any new number ones or really too many low numbers from DC, and I think that's a good thing. Howdy, I'm American Texan, and I love comic books, specifically reading comic books, enjoying the art and the storytelling inside. Every month, we'll let other channels deal with the drama and the stupid things that creators say. We're here to enjoy the books, and I've got quite a few books to enjoy. In this series on Wednesdays, I share what I got at my LCS, some cool things that I might have found on consignment, as well as whatnot, and books that came in the mail from indie publishers and crowdfunders. So let's jump right into it. If you're new here, subscribe. I try to do videos every Wednesday showing off my haul, as well as try to do videos on the books that I'm reading. For now, let's take a look at the Marvel books that I got from my LCS this week. Now, I've got 3 books from Marvel, technically 2 new books because one of them is a facsimile, but starting with Gambit Wanted, this is another Claremont. I think it's going back into a time period and telling a story in between stories from when he was writing X-Men. I really enjoyed them. Some of them took a little bit to grow on me, but at the end of the day, Claremont's a great writer and everything he writes really speaks well to me. So I'm excited for this one, and I got the Artgerm version. I forgot about that. This was an Artgerm cover. And then also I got Spider-Man The Long Way Home number 2 by Hickman. This one, again, I love Hickman. I think he's doing a really good job with some of these one-off stories. I know the Wolverine revenge story didn't hit well with a lot of people. I liked it. But Spider-Man Long Way Home I really enjoyed. But Spider-Man Long Way Home, I really enjoyed issue 1. In fact, usually when there are new comics that are solicited, obviously because there's a movie coming out, normally those comics I don't really care for or even care enough to pick it up to try. But this book, Long Way Home, as well as Punisher and the Amazing Spider-Man, which I reviewed on my last week's Let's Talk Big 2, I enjoyed them. I thought they were really well done, and this one continues, hopefully, to be really good. And then to bridge the gap from Marvel and DC, I have the facsimile. This is JLA and the Avengers, issue 3, which they're doing the facsimiles of, which is great because I haven't read this one, so I'm excited to read the facsimiles in the way that they were originally presented. That's why I love the facsimiles. And from DC, I have 7 books that came out this week on my pull list. DC always seems to like crash in one week. But check this out. The lowest number book, in case y'all haven't noticed if you've been around, I always start from the lowest number and work my way up. And you may have noticed, if you've been around here, Marvel books tend to always be issues below 6, and that's because Marvel's always just booting new volumes, and that certainly is a strategy, and I think it works for some people, especially on the indie scene. Like you had Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees issues 1 through 6, and then Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees Rite of Spring issues 1 through 6. I know that's a mouthful to say, but it worked for them. Same thing with Miller World. Every Magic Order is just a new volume with new numbering. I think that kind of works. But when it's a long-standing character or a long-standing team, having those larger numbers, I think just it feels good to know that you've stuck around with it this long, or that you're coming into a property and maybe you didn't start at the beginning, like obviously one of mine. I haven't read 1,100 issues of Action Comics, but you're coming in there and you're like, this is a story that has continued. It's done well, and I'm living through this story as a part of history. I don't know. Is that just me? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, so the lowest number issue I have here, because I didn't get any DC, but these are all super high numbers. Whenever I try to organize the numbers, I'm getting on a tangent here, y'all. Marvel's real easy because they're all low numbers. But when I get to DC, they're actually all pretty spaced out. It's enjoyable for me as a reader just to know, again, I'm reading a story that's good because it's been around for a while. Okay, let's get into what I actually got. Starting with The Peril of the Brutal Dark. Man, that's another long title here. Ezra Kane mystery story. Vertigo book from DC. It's just a good noir book, really good action, pretty good mystery, and really kind of like the Indiana Jones Nazi story where they really are the bad guys and they're not trying to push anything modern day agenda into it or calling people who... Anyways, it's just good storytelling, so I'm really a fan of it. And then we got Justice League Unlimited issue 21. Hard to believe it's only almost been 2 years since this one originally came out. Really good storytelling in this one. It has taken a little bit of a dip, but they've had some good arcs enough to where, even if I don't care for 1 or 2 of them, I'm still sticking it out to enjoy the issues. And then also Absolute Wonder Woman number 22. This arc seems a little interesting. She's in a new place, and I think it's a short arc. So it's kind of like one of those in-betweeners, which, okay, fine. That's fine. And one of my favorite new books to come out of DC. Well, not really new books, but now we've got Ryan North writing The Flash. This is issue 35. And again, this is where like I didn't read all the Cy Spurrier stuff before this, but I jumped in when Ryan North took over because I do like reading Ryan North. And man, he is doing a fantastic job reading The Flash. And Marvel would have definitely probably rebooted to number 1, but DC continues the storytelling. And I think it's really cool because this is like just continuing the latest iteration of The Flash. And they even changed characters, right? Spurrier was writing Barry Allen, and now we're dealing with Raleigh West. But again, it's just like you're just seeing something that has some longevity, has some legs. It's not just a flash in the pan or a cash grab like, I'm sorry, Marvel kind of feels like. Okay, anyways, Green Lantern number 37, Jeremy Adams running. These have all been good. I like Kyle Rayner, but his latest Hollywood story arc has a little too much down to earth. Like, I want him to be out there. I'm really enjoying the Hal Jordan part of the story. Kyle Rayner stuff with Stardust chick here, I don't know, it's kind of mid. That's all I can say about that. But another really good book, y'all. Superman number 40. This one, is it illustrated by Dan Mora? Yes, it is written by Joshua Williamson, brilliantly illustrated by Dan Mora. And man, just when you think you're not really caring about something, the art sucks you in long enough to just keep reading and just sucks you right back into the story. So it's a great combination, one of the best combinations in comics right now. Joshua Williamson and Dan Mora writing. Superboy Prime coming in to take over, not take over, but fill in some gaps while Superman's gone. It's just so good, y'all. And then finally, we've got Action Comics. It's a big, thick book, number 1100. And just look at that classic Superman on the cover here, but it still is stamped as the reign of the Superboy. So it's really good, y'all, and I'm really enjoying it. So it looks like we're taking a break from the Superboy story. I don't know, but it's a thick book. It's obviously some kind of milestone issue. And so that will be really fun to read. And so, yeah, so again, the rebooting with number 1s or having different volumes of number 1s, I think it works really well for the indie scene. But for the big 2, I want to see higher numbers. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the chat. Now on to Off the Indie Shelves. These are indie books that you can still find at your local comic book shop. So if you're interested in any of these, don't think that you missed the crowdfund or don't think that you have to be at some kind of special comic book. No, these are available at most indie shops. Starting with Solomon Kane. I really, really like Solomon Kane. He's kind of like a Quaker Punisher type character. And so I really enjoyed him. I was introduced to him through the Conan universe crossover, and I thought this was a cool character. And then I read the last story that came out, and I'm really liking it. So this is by Patrick Zurcher here. I think he writes and illustrates. Just really good, fun reading. And then the big number 1 of the week, I probably should have led off with this, Terminal. This is by Kirkman, and pretty much everyone knows, Kirkman, you buy it, and it's probably going to be good. So we'll see what this is about. I also got a store-exclusive variant from my LCS Space Cadets collection, and the artist will be at the shop this weekend. I will not be, so I left my book there to get signed while I'm gone. Then we also got Gun Honey Doubles Down. I finally got issue 1, so I'm going to read that one and read this one together. And again, I know it's cheesecakey, and that's why I like to get the cover D here, because it is cover illustrated by the interior artist. It's probably the least cheesecakey of them all, but y'all, it is such a good spy thriller. It is so good, so inappropriate, and I wouldn't read it if the spy part of it wasn't as good. I know that sounds kind of like you're reading in a grown-up magazine for the stories or whatever. What is it? The articles, but y'all, it really is a good spy story. Now another one that it just surprises me how much I enjoy reading it. Corpse Night, just a good old father-daughter, but with a really big twist kind of story. It's really good, y'all. Check it out. If you haven't already, we're probably close to the trade. It's really good. Another one, too, A Quiet Place, Storm Warning. So this is just taking place in the Quiet Place universe, and it's just another good post-apocalyptic survival story. I don't even think you need to have watched The Quiet Place to really enjoy that comic. And y'all, do not sleep on this one. Final Boss 8. Oh, my gosh. Beautiful art. Even if you're not into fighting and Street Fighter stuff, I mean, I will play it with friends, but I won't like go out and buy the new releases or buy it on my own. Final Boss is so good. The fighting is fantastic. The over-the-top character development is just a lot of fun. Plus, there's a little bit of supernatural in there, so it's something for everyone. And then we got another one. I'm still not sure why I'm pulling this American Caper. This might be the last one I read. If I don't like where the new arc is going or after issue 8 is going, I might just pull out because, I don't know. It started off good, started off funny, and now it's trying to be a little too much, I think. So it's kind of like trying to play as by Downhauser. So that's why I make this this allegory or connection. It's like trying to play GTA, and the only way that you can beat it is if you 100% it. And so as you're playing through the story, you like go and do all the side quests. If you gamers, you know what this is like, right? You go and do all the side quests, and then you come back after 15 hours to the main quest, and you're like, what was I doing? I totally don't remember what I was supposed to be doing. That's kind of how this book is starting to read. And then we got Capes issue 9. This has been a lot of fun. I like Capes. It's a lot of characters that I'm not too caught up in, but I think now we're getting into the new writings. So I'm excited to continue to read this and see where it goes, because to me, it's all new. And as far as trades from my LCS, I got 3 trades here. One of them was actually a surprise. I didn't realize it was coming out, and I'm glad I picked it up. We've got Firestorm, the Nuclear Man. Now, this is an older series. This was written by Jerry Conway, who recently passed away. And I never read much about him, but I really enjoyed the latest Firestorm, and the character's pretty cool in the TV show. And Jerry Conway, all the stuff that I've been checking out since his passing, I've really enjoyed. I think he's a really great writer, so I went ahead and picked this up, special reprint here. I'm so excited to check that one out. Then we also got the Radiant Black trade that just came out. This is a pretty thick trade. It's a pretty good deal for $18. I think a Marvel book like this would be like $30 or a DC book. But yeah, so we got the latest trade here. They're on my list. You know, if I can get to them, I'll get to them. If not, it'll be nice apocalyptic reading. More apocalyptic reading, but by a writer that is just an automatic pull for me. We've got Dead Man by Kelly Jones. So this is the Stories of Dead Man. I skipped the last DC Finest because as a character, it's interesting, but I'm not going to invest in it. But when you see this guy's name here, Mike Barron has some stories in here, I guess. Y'all, I'm going to check it out. So Dead Man, absolute automatic pull for me. So that's everything that I got from my LCS, and probably some of the same stuff that you can find in yours, but I also like to buy books on Whatnot. You can find some great deals as well as some exclusives, which is what I have here. Like I said, I like to read Gun Honey, but also Artgerm is one of my favorite cover artists. I really enjoy his style, and he had the Gun Honey #1 cover that unfortunately my comic shop did not get ordered enough of, and then when it just got missed being put in my pull box, and I tried to reorder it and it wasn't available. That's fine, because I know I can go onto Whatnot and order the Artgerm cover from their Whatnot channel, which they're live almost every weekend. I ended up getting the pure art version here, so yes, it is a very spicy cover there. But what's also cool about getting it from their store in the Whatnot is you also get a certificate of authenticity. So here I have Gun Honey Doubles Down #1 Artgerm. They call it pure art variant. They don't call it a virgin variant. They call it pure art, and this is number 92 out of 100. So you get a nice little koa with that too. So this one will be for collecting, not my reader copy, but it's nice to have something that's a little bit rare since I missed out on the original version at my LCS. It's nice to have something that actually turned out to be a little bit better, a little bit more collectible. And of course, I got another haul from Andrew Gray Auctions on Whatnot. If y'all are not following him, again, the link is down below because it's just too much fun. It's too much good stuff to get. It is getting to the point where I'm not buying something every week because a lot of it is going to be repeat things. He's got pallets of Captain America. I've bought all the Captain America books from him that I want. You know, some days he just has the X-Men's that I already have, the Captain Americas that I already have, and so I don't buy anything that week. But lately, he's had a pretty diverse collection of items, including toys. If you watch on Wednesdays, his Wednesday show is called Wild Card Wednesday. He could have anything at that time. And one of the things he had was a Superman Sonic. This is actually, it's not Sonic, it's Knuckles, right? Is that the character? We've got Superman Knuckles here. Y'all, this was $3, okay? If you went and bought this at Target, what do you spend? $10, $15, $20? $3, okay? And then, like I said, once you reach a certain threshold, the shipping is free. So once you already unlock free shipping and you see something like this that I know my son's going to love because he loves Sonic, or in this case, you know, maybe he'll like Knuckles, it's $3. Throw it in the package. It'll be fine. It'll be good. So yeah, excited to get this for the boy. And then I also got some more epic trades here. Some of them are duplicates, but again, it's because it's $3, right? So I got Mr. Stuffins. This is like if your teddy bear was a secret agent. This just sounds fun. I'm going to read it, and I got one for my daughter to check out. And then sometimes you see books by writers that I know are good. And even though I'm not interested in the character, or I would never buy this at full price, if I'm going to get it for $5, $10, I'm going to check it out. So we've got The Death of Captain Marvel, and this has Stan Lee and I believe Roy Thomas's name on it. So of course I'm going to check it out. And another collection of The Incredible Hulk. This is volume 24. I believe I already got volume 23. This is from Peter David. And anything that he writes, hey, we're going to check it out because he's a really good writer. And I hear a lot of great things about his Hulk run. So I'm excited to check that out. As a collector or as a reader, sometimes you want to always start with number one, right? But if you know it's a good writer and it's a thick book like this, it's going to be a complete story. You're not going to be missing much. I don't mind jumping in the middle of a run. So I'm excited for that one. And sometimes you just want to take a risk. And hey, again, $3. It's worth the risk, y'all. He was selling this. No one was buying it when I swiped in. And I was like, hey, let me check out who wrote that. And this is Murder World. This is written by Jim Zub. Jim Zub, the guy who's writing the current Conan series. Like, he's a great writer. No one was picking this up. They had it marked down all the way to $3. And I also like Arcade. I think that's interesting. Arcade and Mojo are two of my favorite, just totally off the wall side villains, or C-list villains, I guess. So you combine one of my favorite C-list villains and Murder World and one of my favorite writers right now. Heck yes, I'm going to get it. And it's only $3. Y'all, this is what I'm talking about. Like, don't sleep on Andrew Gray's auctions. And the cool thing is it's family friendly, or it's all ages. So, I mean, you can leave it on in the background and listen to it if you can at your office or work, put an AirPod in. You're not going to miss much, but every once in a while you might hear a book that you want to get. And like I said, once the shipping is free, you're just playing with house money, it seems like. So last two things here, I got 2 Iron Man collections. I got The Crossing and The Return of Tony Stark. This is volume 18 and volume 21. These two books, again, I probably bought for $25, $30. It'd be $150 at my LCS minimum. So excited to have this to add to the collection. Actually, excuse me, it'd be $100 at my LCS. Let me get the numbers right. The savings right. They were at 75% off. But yeah, just again, good writers, good stories, and I know I'm going to like this one. So this is by Kaminsky and Bisbick, and then also Harris and Kavanaugh, and Dan Abnett is the one who wrote some of this one. So again, great writer. I'm going to check it out. And again, that's Andrew Gray's auctions on Whatnot. You can see the link down below. There's only one indie book that came in this week, but man, it came in gorgeously. And I can only show you the back of the box, but I love it when the boxes, like, they're just branded. So we've gotten one here. This is from the Lab Press, and we've got a little stuff here, like this is a box of curious contents and tells you what to expect when you open it. Hey, it's going to be addicting or whatever like that. You're going to have fun. It's entertaining. And once you open it, I'm going to open it starting here so you don't see my address label. You get the character there, Mad Dog Morgan. And this is by Andrew. Oh, man, I can't remember his name now. I'm going to be in trouble, y'all. Adam Lawson. Man, I was way off. This is by Adam Lawson and art by Maxi Dio, I believe. But this is basically like a wrestler turns into a Punisher type of character. Actually, let me show you this. And so this is a really nice hard book that came in a slipcase. I usually don't get the hard books unless either it's a really good deal or that's the only version available. I'm assuming this was the only version available, or sometimes, because I didn't look at the campaign before I went to the video because I'm not a great YouTuber, sometimes they'll do stretch goals and everyone automatically gets upgraded. So I don't know what the case is, but man, this is so cool. So like I was saying, it came in this box and it had nice little padding there, and we got a couple other issues, probably some extra issues that I ordered. Actually, it looks like these might be bonuses, maybe one extra issue I ordered, but we've got a print here. I don't know who that is yet, but I hope to learn who that is. This is it says it's a cover art by Bill Sienkiewicz. That sounds like a very familiar name because I was able to say it. Bill Sienkiewicz, right? And that's titled Hunger. So I guess that's the character's name. We also get an art card collection. I'm not going to take them out of the package yet, but it looks like we get some art prints there. Got a pretty cool little foil print. So I'm guessing this is all stretch extras and stuff. So I like that. And then we get another issue from the lab. I'm guessing it's a free copy there. They put in there Super Silence issue 0. So I don't know if it's like an Ashcan type of introduction, but yeah, that was a really nice surprise to see with that book. Adam Lawson, I think, is a fantastic writer, and I hear really good things, so I decided to check it out. And again, I normally don't get the hardcovers like this, but y'all, this looks really good. It's really well done with the foiling. I'm excited to check it out. And it's not bad too when the things you read also can become joyful things you can decorate your office with. Which, speaking of which, my company did move off, or we are moving offices into a larger place, and we're going to create a studio space, and I'm going to be the first one to use the studio space, so that'll be fun. So you may see some set decorations start to change. Eventually I'll be moved over into the office, hopefully in a month, and I'll have all my comics organized in the same process. So hopefully we'll be able to get things organized and not only make the reading experience for myself more enjoyable, but also make the videos a little bit higher quality for you all as well. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time and attention. It means the world to me. Go check out your local comic book shop. Order from there if you can. I don't view it as supporting your local comic shop. I view it as choosing to do business with your local comic shop. Keep the money local and just bless the people around you with the things that God provides you. Again, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your time and attention. Like, subscribe, and do all the YouTube stuff. I'll see y'all in the next video. Adios.